Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a shoot 'em up called Dimahoo, and this was created by Aiding and Raizing and licensed to Capcom in 2000. This was suggested by YouTube user Plockman040, and it's kind of intriguing. It sort of takes place in sort of a fantasy medieval type of setting, and it's a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up, bullet hell sort of shoot 'em up, but there's some interesting layers to this game. It could get real confusing at first. There's 3 buttons. One is a fire button, and you can hold it down for rapid fire, which is very useful. But there is also a button that you can hold down for a couple seconds, and it is a charge button. And when you let go and then use your regular fire, you can have a much stronger shot, but you can also change the color of your ship. Your ship can change from blue to red and back and forth the longer you hold down the charge button. And there will be a number of enemies that are blue, and there will be a number of enemies that are red, and they can shoot bullets in the colors of blue and red. And when you are one color and the enemy shoots the same color of bullets as you can neutralize those bullets. But if you are the opposite color of the enemy, then your shots are going to be much stronger against them. So there's one advantage to having one color and one advantage to having the other color. Kind of interesting. And there's a special thing with that charged shot. When you release to fire upon the enemies, you will be able to destroy enemies and get these really nice treasures. And collecting treasures is helpful to getting on the high score list. But you have 4 characters you can select from. We'll get started. There is, what are the characters? There's Solo Bang, the warrior, Karte, the sorceress, Miyamoto the Dragon. Yeah, you can play as a dragon. And Grimlen, the necromancers. Or the, whoops, wow. They really say that, the necromancers. Phew. But, yeah, you can hold down the fire button, and you have rapid fire. Now I'm going to do the charge shot, and see there's special treasures you can release from destroying the enemies that way. You can hold down the charge shot a really long time, and you can make the charge shot, or well, when you're going to fire with the A button, you can make that shot real powerful. Now see those diamonds? You can collect those diamonds. And those diamonds will gain experience points for your bomb gauge. Your bomb gauge is at the bottom left. It's colored red. And you can just keep filling it up with those diamonds. And when you do fill it all the way up, your bomb will be a lot stronger. And now here's the first boss. He is called Bus Turtle. And notice that you have side cannons. You can make those stronger by collecting those P coins. And there's some intriguing little layers to this game. Once you beat a boss, you will be able to see what treasures you collected. See, it's showing a list of them. And I've collected, what is it, 8 out of 100 something. Interesting shooter. I'd never seen or heard of this back in the day. But yeah, if you're wondering how it's pronounced Dimahoo. I do not know what Dimahoo is supposed to mean in Japanese. But yeah, notice that I was shooting down blue bullets. That's because I have a blue ship, or I held down the charge until my ship turned blue. And again, you can go back and forth between blue and red. But your attack is stronger versus opposite colored enemies. And when you're the same color as the enemies, you can often shoot down their bullets. But there's, like I said, you can get all sorts of different little special treasures. And the longer you hold down your charge and then finally release it and shoot the enemies, then the better treasures you'll collect. And there's like accessories, staffs, food, shoes, pinwheels, armors, shields, axes, swords, rings, fairies, rubies, helmets, and other stuff. But yeah, the longer you hold down that charge and then finally shoot with it with the A button, the better treasures will be released from the enemies. And now we're going to face the second boss. This is Raizing. You get 3 lives per character. There are apparently 4 hidden characters that you are supposed to be able to uncover or find with a code, and I can't get the code to work. But I declined to continue here. I will show you the attributes of the other characters. And there, when your game ends, you'll see the treasures on the list that you were able to uncover. But yeah, there is Solo Bang the Warrior, Karte the Sorceress, Miyamoto the Dragon, and Grimlen the necromancers. I said it right this time, shoot. I didn't mention it yet, but this is a sequel to the game Sorcerer Striker, and a sequel to Kingdom Grand Prix. Yeah, they're all in the same series. And we're going to look at Karte, the sorceress, and her attributes. There's her ship. She's using rapid fire. And that item that I just collected, that gives you the side cannons. And again, she's collecting those diamonds to try to increase the strength of her bomb. But I wanted to show you the charge shot and the bomb for each character. And again, the longer you hold that down, the stronger the charge shot will be when you press A. And you can get some very nice treasures when you shoot the enemies. But yeah, keep that in mind. If you're the same color as an enemy, then you'll be able to cancel out their shots. And there's her bomb. And now we're going to look at Miyamoto the Dragon. Yes, he's an actual dragon. And we'll look at his attributes. But if you are the opposite color of an enemy, then your shots are going to be stronger against it. See, I'm red now. And now back to blue. And back to red. And yeah, I charged it for a long time. Now I got all these nice treasures. Doesn't seem to always work for some reason. Or at least that's been my experience in being able to shoot out the enemy's bullets when you're their same color. Now we'll look at the Grimlen. I think they meant to say Gremlin, but it says Grimlen, the necromancers. But it's kind of an interesting game, but it's very confusing, the quote-unquote rules about charging and leveling up your side cannons and stuff like that. But definitely up to snuff with graphics and music and stuff. It's definitely playable. There I was able to shoot their ice bullets because I'm blue. We're gonna kill that boss that I left off of the second boss when I just decided not to continue. We'll look at snippets of each stage. There are a total of 6 stages. There are a number of mini bosses on the levels, and you can get nice treasures from them by destroying them with a supercharged shot. And when you get to the 6th level, there are like 4 different bosses that you have to face, and 2 of them are kind of retreads of earlier bosses, and have leveled up the side cannons enough so that they're really awesome. But yeah, there are 4 hidden characters that I was not able to unlock. And from what I've heard, you're supposed to be at the main screen, the title screen, to put in a coin and press up, up, left, down, down, right, A, B, and start. And there are 4 hidden characters, extra characters. Gain the Battler, Gita the Magic User, Birthday the Criminal, and Golden the Prince, but the trick didn't work. But they're hidden in the game somewhere. And now we've got a spider boss. This is Cypider. the bosses are Bust Turtle for the first level, Tryon, the second level, Dribbling is the 3rd level boss, Cypider is the 4th level boss. It's a giant spider. And then Infernon is the 5th level boss. And then the 6th level bosses are Bust Turtle R, Dribbling R, Tumuji Maru, and Gigafacer. And we'll look at all those a little bit later on. Yeah, I've definitely never heard of this one in arcades. By 2000, I wasn't really into arcades anymore. They'd lost their appeal to me. I was going in the early 90s, and then I discovered like MAME and the Namco Museum games. Things that were keeping memories of the older games alive. And I started getting into that instead of arcades anymore. And here is Infernon, the 5th level boss, coming up here. But even on the main bosses of the levels, you can break off parts of them and with your charged shot, and you'll be able to get some nice treasures that way. Kind of a neat idea, or all the ideas are kind of cool in this game, but it's kind of hard to get used to keeping track of all of them. What your power-ups do and how to power up your side cannons and all the other stuff. Got some more treasures. And now here is the last stage. Like I said, you will face a couple retread bosses. And it's kind of interesting, this isn't one of them. You'll go to a red carpeted area, and there will be crowds watching you as you face Bus Turtle R and Dribbling R, the retreads of the first and third bosses. And now we're gonna face Bus Turtle R. Yeah, this is definitely playable. There's just so much to have to learn to keep tabs on. But yeah, you can destroy like cannons on the bosses and make large special treasures come out of them. Boy, that was a quick fight. Again, if you are the opposite color of an enemy, your shots will be stronger. But if you are the same color as an enemy, you will likely be able to cancel out their shots. And don't forget, you have a bomb. Limited bombs. Each character has a bomb, and some of them are good, some of them are kind of weak. Of all the characters, here is the second to last boss, Tumuji Maru, a ninja, and he will grow into a larger form later on. I put on invincibility by this point. I just wanted to get through the game quicker. But of all the characters, maybe Miyamoto the Dragon's the best one. But again, this is in a series. The first game in the series was Sorcerer Striker. Then the next game was Kingdom Grand Prix. And then this is the third game in the series. And it's pronounced Dimahoo. Now here is the last boss of the game, called Giga Facer. Now I guess you have to collect a magic book item before you can use your charged shot, but you gotta collect that like right off the bat. This flying thing will drop it for you when you shoot it. We'll just scoot forward and destroy this guy, and we'll see an ending. There's not a special ending for each character. It's the same for all of them, and I think that was a magic book that I shot and collected. This guy has these hands. You can blow up the hands. But even though you can have enough points to be on the high score list, sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you have to have collected enough treasures as well. And now we'll get to see the ending here. It is Dimahoo by Aiding and Raizing and licensed to Capcom in 2000. And this was suggested by YouTube user Blockman040. And once again, this is a sequel to Sorcerer Striker, which was created in 1993, and Kingdom Grand Prix, which was created in 1994. I do not yet have a video of Sorcerer Striker, but I will work on one. I have one of Kingdom Grand Prix. And now I have one of Dimahoo. There's so many things to learn and remember about this game. It's very, very confusing at first. I'm still a little tiny bit confused. That was Dimahoo by Aiding and Raizing and licensed to Capcom in 2000. Part of a series of games that includes Sorcerer Striker and Kingdom Grand Prix. And there's a list of all the treasures. I collected a decent amount of them. Maybe like a third or something. Maybe more than that. But for some reason, I'm not on the high score list. No, screw it. Well, that was Dimahoo by Aiding and Raizing and licensed to Capcom in 2000. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80 saying thanks for watching Dimahoo, created by Aiding and Raizing and Capcom in 2000. I will catch you later in the future with another video. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.